Welcome everyone to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
What's up, guys?
Okay, so I guess we got a correction, huh?
Yes. So last night, on the cast we did, I had said that some of that stuff that had come out for the Predator was fake because I had not seen it on any of the sites that I would normally go to that would normally have this stuff confirmed. There's a handful of sites out there that when they say something, it's usually real.
Okay.
This morning, one of those sites picked up on this story, and they have the photos, they have the proof. Everything that they've said was actually true.
So now explain to the viewers what we're talking about.
Okay, so this is not spoilers for the Predator because this ending was cut. So they did not go with this. So this is not leading to anything.
It's not canon no more.
It's not canon anymore, but it was considered to be the ending of the Predator. So we are going to get into a little bit of spoilers for the real ending, but this ending is technically not a spoiler.
Okay.
So we know that so if you don't want to know, stop watching now.
Okay.
So we know that the ending of the Predator had the Predator Iron Man suit that was the Predator killer. Okay.
Right.
And the good Predator, the quote unquote outlaw Predator, brought this to Earth because he knew that the Predator planet was planning to invade the Earth because the atmosphere was becoming more to their needs because of global warming. Okay. And he brought this to humanity to give us a fighting chance. Okay. It's really stupid. The suit looks stupid. It's just a stupid ending, right?
Right.
This was actually probably the better ending compared to what we're about to talk about. So in this ending, this cut ending, which is apparently one of many endings, they said they're going to reveal the other ones later on. The Predator killer was not an Iron Man-like suit. The Predator killer was a person, or multiple people. I think they said it was multiple people, but there was one in particular that was the main Predator killer, quote unquote. So at the end of the movie, they open up the pod, or the pod that the outlaw Predator has opens up, and there's a woman inside of it. And she's wearing some sort of breathing mask that covers her whole face, so you don't see her face.
Okay.
And I guess what was going to happen is that the camera was going to pan down to her name tag, and on the name tag it said Ripley.
Ellen Ripley or Ripley's daughter?
It just said Ripley, apparently, from what I'm hearing.
Okay.
Yeah. So what they're implying here is one of two things. Either that this was a member of Ripley's family.
Right.
Or this is Ellen Ripley in this universe.
Okay, because here's something else that I saw online, which we have to... Okay. The thing I saw online said that after the events of Alien, she goes to sleep. And you know when she wakes up, it's like something was a malfunction and that she's years later.
Yeah, she wakes up like all those years later.
Right. Yeah. But supposedly, she does wake up and encounters the Predators. And she does all this stuff, whatever, and that she's put to sleep to lead into this movie. Meaning, like, I don't know if it has to do with time travel or what. See, here's the thing that gets confusing. Because, one, way back, if you remember, in our Everything shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had talked, wouldn't it be cool if Arnold Schwarzenegger was able to go into an alien movie and fight the aliens, and Ripley would have been able to fight the Predators. We had talked about that a few times. That would be that would be one of those instances if they could get it to work. Would not be a stupid, wouldn't be cool. Would actually be a good, wouldn't it be cool, right?
Yeah.
We talked about this many a times, like in the past. So this is something we had constructed. We said so now. This person, Shane Black, had the permission originally to screw around with the alien universe and alter everything.
Well, he's not altering anything, actually, because apparently what they're saying is that this is not the same Ripley from Alien or Aliens. It's the Ripley of this universe.
Because here's the thing. If you noticed Alien versus Predator 2, we had Predator technology that would advance our technology beyond what would appear in Alien, which would basically create a new timeline. Because we would be more advanced by the time the Alien timeline caught up. So in other words, it would be a new universe. So in other words, Predator 1, 2, Predators, and Predator 4 are all part of the Alien versus Predator universe.
Well, hold on, wait. We know that because I think that this is going to be this is going to be one of those Halloween instances where there's like 7 different things and then nobody knows where anything goes. Okay. Because in The Predator, this might be a spoiler, it's more like an Easter egg, but in the new one, The Predator, there's a scene where Olivia Munn's character looks in this glass case and she sees the spear that Scar, the Predator from AVP, made Lex in this case.
Okay.
So that means that at least AVP is in the same timeline, or The Predator is in the same timeline as AVP. Which
AVP and AVP2.
We don't know about AVPR. There's nothing to prove that AVPR is connected to this. It might be, but it's probably not. Okay. So that means that at least in let's call it the Predator timeline, we know that Predator, Predator 2, AVP, and the Predator happened.
And Predators did not happen.
We don't know about that. There's nothing in this to say that it did or it didn't happen.
Okay.
So it's very confusing at the moment because I'm willing to say that Predators probably happened because we know that in the Predator there's an altered Predator, and we know that in Predators we heard that the Predators, or they're actually called Yautja, but the Predators were altering themselves at times.
Okay. So technically Predators, which is Predator 4,
3
is connected to 1, 2, but we don't know about 3.
No, Predators is technically Predator 3.
Right, so Predator 1, 2, and 3 is connected to the Predator.
We don't know about Predators. Predator 1 and 2 are definitely connected to it.
Okay,
and apparently AVP is too.
Okay. Now, technically, AVP and AVP Requiem can't be part of the Alien timeline because aliens were never on Earth according to the Alien timeline.
Right. So basically, the easiest way to think about this is that nothing in the Aliens timeline is connected to this at all.
So, okay, so let's just go back. So, AVP and AVP Requiem is not connected to the Alien timeline.
No.
And if we're to say that, that means that Predator 1, Predator 2, and the Predator is connected to AVP, and that's not connected to the Alien timeline.
None of this is connected to the Alien timeline.
So technically, the Predators are not in the Alien timeline that we know of.
No.
Like, any Predator at all is in the Alien timeline.
Yeah, no.
Okay, another thing. Technically, could we say that Prometheus and Alien Covenant is a completely different Alien timeline?
Yes, you could say that. However, Fox believes that they are a part of the Alien timeline. So technically they are. So they're not connected to Predator at all either, as far as we know.
So there's only 2 timelines.
Well, technically there's like 4, but
there's 4 timelines.
It's like 3 or 4 actually, yeah. Because so you have the Alien timeline, which is completely separate by itself with Prometheus and Alien Covenant. That's
Alien.
one.
Wait, let's just get it accurate. Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection,
and then Prometheus and Alien Covenant.
Same universe.
Same universe. That's one. That's the Alien timeline.
That way, but okay, I wish it wasn't that way. Okay.
Well, I wish it wasn't that way either, but
maybe we could change that. All right. Yep. You go ahead.
Then there's the Predator, Predator 2, potentially Predators timeline, with AVP. No, not yet.
No. Oh,
that's one
Predator.
timeline because there's two separate Predator ones because there's most people believe that Predator ends with Predators. That's
Well, I mean, that's what it's supposed to be.
That's
right?
like the hardcore Predator fans are like, none of this shit is connected. It's just those three movies.
Okay.
So that's two. Then we have the AVP timeline, which now includes the Predator.
So it's AVP Requiem.
Well, no.
Oh no, we're not doing Requiem.
We don't count Requiem technically because we don't know if it's connected. And then there's the Alien versus Predator timeline with AVPR.
Right.
So there's four because we don't know if some of these movies connected. You can make the argument that you can combine two of them, the Predator timeline and the AVP without AVPR timeline, because in Predators they mention Dutch, so that means that at least the first Predator happened.
Right.
So you can make the argument that the timeline we're talking about is Predator, Predator 2, AVP. Excuse me. AVP, Predators, and then the Predator. So you can
AVP
make
happens
that
before Predators.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay, now it's going to get a little tricky. I know this is I'm not trying to confuse the viewers, but the video game Alien Isolation, they said was canon.
Yes, that's part of the Alien timeline.
So technically, Ellen Ripley's granddaughter?
Daughter.
Mm-hmm. Fights aliens.
She fights an alien. She fights a xenomorph, yeah.
But okay. So, all right, wait. So in Aliens, when she wakes up, she realizes that it's so far in the future that her daughter's dead and her granddaughter's dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's
I don't know if the daughter ever had children, but
okay. Yeah, so her daughter's dead. I mean, suppose. Mm-hmm. So like, if this is the thing that doesn't make sense. Because I know that this is the lazy writing here, this part, because how would you link Ellen Ripley's daughter with aliens if she never had any interaction with her daughter and they just wouldn't know that? It's not because the name is cool, Ripley. And
she had interaction with her daughter. It's just her daughter grew up while she was in space, like she was still traveling through space, and they say in isolation.
So in other words, she wants to find out what happened to her mother, and she just investigates.
That's the whole point of Alien Isolation. Yeah.
So she investigates, and if she gets into becoming an alien killer,
she fights one xenomorph. It's like Alien, yeah.
In Isolation.
In Isolation, she's on an abandoned station. Well, it's not really abandoned, but she's on a station that's basically being destroyed by malfunctioning artificial humans and this xenomorph that's just killing everything.
And this game good?
It's fantastic.
For PS4?
I don't know if it's for PS4. I have no idea, but it's a fantastic game.
I'll go buy that today.
But you don't. But here's the thing: if you're expecting an action game, that's not what this is. You don't actually fight the xenomorph. Your point is to hide from it.
Oh.
That's what makes it really good, is that you don't go out there with like a machine gun or something like that. You can't kill it. If you try to fight it, it automatically kills you, basically.
Okay, and connected to this whole thing. So in other words, there was also other things posted like on Instagram related to Alien, with the Whaling Company, and they're genetically engineering alien. What is that? What's this thing for 2019? Is this another game?
I'm assuming that's going to be Alien Blackout. That one that they
is this the sequel to Isolation?
That's what they're saying. It's rumored right now that
this is an action game.
I have no clue. Nobody knows anything right now because it's still in early production.
And the main anniversary of Alien is in 2019 because it's like the
what was it?
40th anniversary.
Mm-hmm. Something like that. Right. But to go back on topic though.
Yeah.
So they at the end of The Predator, this cut ending, they have Ripley in this pod, and it was a different actress. They said that in, I guess, the credits or something. The reason it was cut, I'm hearing, is that they were worried that the face mask that she was wearing was too face hugger like, and they said
it shouldn't look like the face hugger.
Yeah, They said this is going to get very confusing, so they cut the ending and they went with the Predator Iron Man suit.
But you know what I find interesting though? Ridley Scott is director, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he did the list. I mean, but he's taken it upon himself to take it over like as if it's his. Which he's just a director, keep in mind, right? So he didn't write, right? Did he write Alien? No.
No, I don't think he
didn't write Alien. So he's just a director. But I thought anything that has to do with Alien has to come his way because Blottenkamp wanted to do an Alien, and he put a stop to that.
Well, I think the reason that he has no say in this is because it's a Predator film. So if Fox can say we're using a character from Alien, if that's what it was going to be, but it's not an Alien film, so he can't be like, no, you can't do that because he doesn't own it. So
there is a loophole where maybe we can have people decide the fate of the Alien universe.
I'm going to be honest with you, and I've said this before. I don't think it was just Ridley Scott that told Blottenkamp that he couldn't do it.
Oh, okay.
I honestly think that he went to Fox, and Fox was the one that said, you're not doing Alien 5. And I thought
it was a thing that he was going to do it, and then when Ridley Scott's movie made a lot of money, then they gave him Alien Covenant, and then he put the kibosh on it.
Well, yeah, but he probably told them, I'm not going to do this if he's doing Alien 5, and then they said, okay, he's not doing Alien 5.
So why don't they just let Blottenkamp do Alien 5?
I don't know.
Like, why don't they just make him fix it? Like, why? Because
I don't think that they have any motivation to fix it.
See, Ridley Scott wanted to kill Ripley, and Fox says if you kill Ripley, you're fired. And he's like, all right, she's alive. But the thing is, like, he didn't write Alien, and James Cameron directed Aliens.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he's been a part of the Alien universe, but he didn't create it. I mean, he basically tried to shape it where he's controlling everything about everything with the Alien universe, and his guy created the aliens, which I can't stand. But somebody else should be able to do an Alien movie.
I agree, but for some reason, Fox is just, they don't want to hear it. They're like, no.
Don't they lose Alien and Predator to Disney?
See, that's the thing, because now they're saying that Disney's not getting everything. They're getting things. Apparently, they're getting certain things.
Fox didn't want to give up all the gold.
It was either that or Disney didn't take all of it.
Well, if you're spending billions of dollars, wouldn't you get everything? I mean, that's...
It all depends on what the lawyers line itemed in the contracts.
So in other words, they're not getting Simpson. All right, we're now getting off topic, but I thought Disney was getting Alien and Predator.
It was never confirmed. There was just speculation at the time.
Somebody, if you know the answer, please find out, because
I don't think anybody knows except for the lawyers that line item the stuff in the contracts.
So now
we'll find out.
What about Alien Awakening?
Here's the thing, though. That movie, Alien Awakening, is apparently still happening. And apparently, they were planning on doing some sort of Alien Predator expanded universe. So that, to me, means, no, Disney was not getting these. Because Fox was still planning on doing things with them.
Well, this is a moneymaker for them if they do it right.
I don't even know if they're going to be able to do it, because it sounds like, A, that ending was cut. So that whole expanded universe is gone. So far, and B, the Predator didn't do that well, so
it failed.
So, the next logical step in these things with Hollywood producers, and to me, would be that they go back to the drawing board and go reboot the whole thing.
Right. Well, let me ask you a question now. Is it on Blu-ray now or not?
I don't know when it comes out. I have no clue.
It's probably not out yet, right?
I don't think it's out yet. No.
But if they put that scene in there, we have to buy it. No? I would want to see it. I'm
not buying it.
You wouldn't buy it to see that scene?
No, it's cut. It means nothing. And it'll wind up on YouTube in like a week.
That's true.
So why would I go out and buy or rent, something on demand, a movie that's terrible? And I've seen parts of this movie, and they are absolutely absurd. Like, they are some of the, like, I can't... Someone said it on YouTube the best. Like, they don't know how this script got past pre-production because it's absolutely absurd. Some of the
Well,
things
we
that
were
happen.
bashing the shit out of it when we were finding out all this stuff.
Well, I'll tell you right now. You know the main human villain.
Yeah.
He kills himself in probably the stupidest way I've ever seen.
Why is that?
Yeah. You know the Predator shoulder cannon?
Yeah.
He puts one on his shoulder, right? And he turns his head and the cannon follows and he goes to fire at somebody and he blows his head off. I'm not even joking. That's what happened. And that was apparently a product of the reshoots.
Oh, by the way, it came out December 18th of Predator.
Okay, well, yeah, nobody cared. That's why they're trying to put all this stuff out.
And they put whiskey, Predator kills Rudolph and reindeer. And I've seen so many different things to try to get this going that has nothing to do with, they just throwing the Predator in there to get it sold. I mean, they are so desperate to, like, I guess, break even, right? Like, at least.
I guess.
I mean, let's just go back and see.
This was literally almost as bad as Alien Covenant, like for this franchise. This is just like almost as bad.
The Predator made 100 and okay, wait a minute. The production budget was 88 million. Foreign markets really helped it that we weren't aware of, and I think it was released in foreign markets later on. It made 160 million. So technically, it didn't. I guess it didn't fail, Chris, but it didn't get enough profit.
Well, no, but like what you just said there, it didn't get enough. To them, that means it failed. So
yeah, but they didn't lose technically money though.
No, but this was not. They wanted this to be a huge hit. That's what they were. They were like, it's going to be. It was not. It was not received well. And yes, it maybe made a couple of million, but you know what? Nobody's going to go see the next one.
Right.
And that's what they set up that ending purely for a sequel, and everybody thought it was a joke. From at least most people I've seen thought it was a joke. So I mean, and what's the next movie going to be about? You're going to have a bunch of humans running around in Predator Iron Man suits fighting predators? I mean,
the thing that's weird is it made more money than the original Predator, but then we have to account for inflation, right?
Mm-hmm.
The original Predator cost $15 million to make and made $98 million, right? The second Predator cost, it didn't tell you what the budget was for the second Predator, but it made $57 million. Alien versus Predator, the budget was $60 million and made $172. I just want to go down the line. Requiem, the court didn't tell you what they spent, but it was $128 million. Predators cost $40 million to make and made $127 million. And the Predator cost $88 million to make and made $160. So it wasn't really. But the one that made the most money, I guess, is Aliens versus Predator, right?
But that makes sense though, because when you put that on film, everyone's like, yeah, I want to see that.
Right.
So I mean,
this guy should have never went about doing like comedy, and I mean, I have to see it for myself to see how I'm gonna judge it, which I guess brings us to, it's related, I guess, brings us to the announcements of the new podcast, Chris, because I made a video earlier today, so you get to be the first one to hear about it, and anybody else that's watching this live. We will be doing a brand new podcast in 2019 called The Real Whovians Movie Review. We're Real Whovians Movie Cast, where the members of the Real Whovians will review movies, not Doctor Who. Like, just I'm talking the Real Whovians Movie Cast. So basically, we'll be reviewing Predator and Predator 2 and Predators and the Predator, right, Chris? As we're the Real Whovians. So what do you think about that?
The Predator?
I mean, I would want to.
Okay.
I mean, I was thinking of, I'm trying to think about the first episode, but everybody's going to be able to see, like, whatever we'll get in here is going to be able to see the thing. So originally I wanted to do for the first movie review, Into the Spider-Verse, but not everybody's seen Into the Spider-Verse. I didn't see it yet either. But talking about aliens, I love Aliens and Predator also. First couple episodes of, you know, either Predator or Aliens or something. I mean, it's not necessarily that we're going to review movies that are good, because we're also going to review the bad movies too, Chris. And it's not just going to be new movies either. So, I mean, what do you think about that concept?
I think it sounds great. I'm just thinking of the hours of pain that are going to be for watching some of these movies. But you know.
I'm talking like you and I really going deep into like Alien 3, like in there.
Okay.
Like just like we'll watch it and then we'll do a cast on it. We really like get in there and like discussing every effing detail about this shit. Like I mean really. So the Real Whovians movie cast is coming 2019. And that hopefully will be the third main one, because we have the Real Whovians cast, everything show, and this will be the Real Whovians movie cast. It'll be the third one. It'll be a mixture, kind of, where only the Real Whovians members will be reviewing these movies. So I think it's fantastic. I think it's a great idea. You know? It's
Can we
something,
do like a commenter special where they leave what movies they want us to review in the comments?
We could do that. We could, you know what, being that this is a live stream, you could leave your suggestions. And basically, I guess this cast will kind of take the place of most of the Real Whovians cast, because we won't have Doctor Who to review. But you'll have us members doing movie reviews. I mean, that's based, because we're known as the Real Whovians, so that's it. I think it's great. And leave your thoughts, what movies you want us to review, and you know what? We will review everything, even the bad ones. Like
Within reason. Within reason.
Yeah, but try not to kill us. Like, I mean, I don't want to do like movie reviews and them all be crap. Like, I want to actually, because then I'll go into a depression.
We're
I don't
going
want
to
to
get
do that.
50 comments down the row. Shin Gojira, Shin Gojira,
Right.
Shin Gojira.
Right, like, you know, let's not, like...
Homecoming, Shin Gojira.
Like Superman 3 and yeah, like, you know, that's... Yeah, or Species 4 or something. Like, look.
I just saw that recently, by the way.
Did you really?
I did, yes.
Oh, I have them all. But, oh, my God. Yeah, whoa.
Oh, boy.
All right. Listen, we're gonna do it. Will be fun, Chris. You ready?
It will. I agree.
It's gonna be,
you know.
I would even love to review, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger stuff, like, you know, Total Recall and Command, a whole bunch of stuff, man. Sylvester Stallone too. I mean, this could be good for 2019. This could be the best thing ever that you never even knew you wanted.
We also have to start planning when we're gonna do like our all Godzilla review before King of the Monsters comes out.
Yes, we will review every single Godzilla. Period. Which brings me to something I wanted to ask you too, because we're already in the Everything show. I don't know if you saw that thing I sent you. Someone sent it to me that there was Godzilla appearing in a TV show battling monsters. Like, and it looked on par with the special effects from, like, Godzilla stuff. Did you hear about that?
I'm not aware of that, actually. That sounds pretty cool, though.
Yeah, and it was... He teamed up with Ultraman, or not. It wasn't Jet Jaguar. I think it was Ultraman or something. Or I have to send it to you. It looks... It's wow. It was like, how could we miss that? That's how shocking it is. It's not fake.
Send it to me because it sounds.
It's
cool.
not fake though. It's real, which is like, why don't we have that as part of our collection? I mean, that's. I know it's not considered a movie, but still.
Was it like older footage?
It was like the 80s Godzilla.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
they
good.
did it a couple of times. He teamed up with
Enders or something or whatever.
It wasn't Ultraman. He was like blue, right? It was like,
I don't know. It was like a weird.
Yeah, he teamed up with some. He teamed up with somebody to fight like Gigan and stuff, and
Okay.
yeah, and then even Ghidorah appeared in that show too at one point.
And how many episodes did they have with that?
I think it was only like 1 or 2.
Oh, okay, because that's
It was
crazy.
special. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. I thought you meant something like now, like recent, like
No, because you know what? God knows what they create that we're not allowed to know. They could create secret movies.
Well, they did. They did. There was one that they were going to make. It was called Godzilla versus the Wolfman, where he was going to fight like a Wolfman kaiju, and it's like hidden over there in Japan. They had it at G Fest once or
They made
twice.
it.
They made it. They just never got released.
Why?
And I don't know. They used the King Goji suit from King Kong versus Godzilla, which I love that suit.
Right.
And he was fighting like a white-haired Wolfman monster. And it was.
But it's not canon now.
It was supposed to be. It's not anymore.
But let me ask you a question. If they release it, it's canon though.
Yeah, but they're never going to.
Why? It's bad.
Because I don't think they have all of the footage. A, and B, I don't know. It didn't seem bad. It looked kind of cool. It was in those special effects that they used. But
pictures of this or videos of this.
You can see pictures of it, and I think on YouTube you can find, because someone recorded the footage that they showed at G Fest. So yeah, there's also another one. This one I've been trying to find for years because this just sounds fantastic. It's a Gamera film, a fan-made Gamera film called Gamera 4: The Truth.
It's a fan-made?
It's a fan-made film because at the end of Gamera 3, you never saw, I don't think you ever watched the Heisei Gamera series.
Okay.
But the end of Gamera 3 ends with a huge cliffhanger.
Okay.
And that was the end of the series. They never followed it up.
But this person spent money on this stuff.
Yeah, people lost their shit when that happened.
Wow.
And this guy was like, I can't let this go. And he made a fan film that wraps everything up. And it was apparently really good. And they showed it once in America, but they were like, you will never see this ever released. It's never going to happen.
Why?
I have no idea. I guess
so the company is mad at him for doing that?
I don't think they're mad at him, but they're just like, it's never getting released. It's never happening. I was like, holy shit. Like, what the fuck?
Wow. So they must be mad somehow.
Somehow. But I've read, like,
he probably embarrassed them. He probably put out a better product, right?
It wasn't better. It was just that they didn't finish the story. And then this guy finished it for them. And they were like, well,
Wow.
But it's crazy. And then the other thing I wanted to mention, which if you guys haven't read this, if you're a Godzilla fan, it's like required reading because this is just fantastic. The script for the original idea for the American Godzilla film, the one that eventually became 98, that is online.
No.
It's the official script for the movie.
Wow.
The whole thing. You have to read it.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
Really?
And if this would have been the movie that came out, we would not have anything that we have today.
Really?
Because this would have been the main series for Godzilla for years.
They can't remake it? Like they can?
Well, they can't remake it because there's some of the things in there that wouldn't fit in what they're doing now. But they have that, and apparently Stan Winston made statues of what Godzilla and the monster he was going to fight.
Was that the gargoyle monster?
Yes.
Oh my God.
The Griffin? Yeah.
Griffin.
Yep.
Wow.
He still, his estate still has those. They still have the macro. I think.
He died?
Or something. When he died, yeah, but they're still there. They still have them.
Wow.
So I was hoping that one day they maybe took the Griffin idea and put it in the MonsterVerse. That would have been really cool. But
so you could go to Japan and somebody might have the Wolfman, the Godzilla vs. Wolfman, or who has that video?
Toho has it, I think.
They have it personally.
They have it. They have.
So they'll only show it to people that they love.
Allegedly.
So we got to get them to love us. Come on, Toho, give us a break.
I would love that. I would love that for like the 65th anniversary, which is, next year.
Right.
If they would just be like, hey, by the way, we're releasing this on Blu-ray or something.
But it was completed though, right?
I don't know if it was completed. I know they say that they only have a certain amount of footage, but
so they keep
I have no idea.
Movie, maybe. How could you ever make a movie not completed? That's weird.
I don't know. I don't know the whole story behind that one, but I have seen I've seen the images and I've seen some videos of Godzilla and the Wolfman fighting, and it was actually pretty cool.
Oh, send me an image if you can find one.
Yeah.
I just want to
so I mean, it's unfortunate that they didn't finish it, because that would have been an interesting. That was around the time that they were like, well, let's have Godzilla fight all these classic monsters, because a lot of people don't know that King Kong versus Godzilla was originally Frankenstein versus Godzilla.
Right. Okay.
And then they changed it. That's why Kong has electrical powers in King Kong versus Godzilla, because because Frankenstein was originally supposed to have those powers.
Right. And they had that all the team ups back then, like everybody fighting everybody. The Dracula fought the Wolfman verse. I mean, it was like, I mean, I know that happened earlier, but everybody was on that trend. Like Bud Abbott and Lou Costello meet the Wolfman, and like, well, you know, the Dracula and all that stuff. There was like all these team ups and weird stuff at the time. So, all right. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Take care. Bye for now. Oh, check out the Real Whovians Movie Cast 2019. Take care. Bye for now.